My name is Richael Timothy. I'm an Irish Para-Cyclist and I'm a brand ambassador for Nestlé cereals. I sustained a brain injury in 2016, so I was kind of looking at something I could get into sport-wise, and I wasn't able to run or swim or any of that. So one day I just got on a bike and got about 5 meters, and then the next day 10 meters. Kept kind of going, and eventually I got in contact with Para-Cycling Ireland and went to competition, and it all kind of escalated from there then. I have to look at both sides. Like, yeah, it was negative that I got a brain injury, but it led me to be a Paralympian, because I think it's something you're told if you have a disability that you can't do stuff instead of what you can do. And I think for me going forward, what I want to do is change the narrative to focus on what I can do instead of what I can't do. So the biggest challenge I faced in cycling was definitely in 2022. It was probably the worst year I had on the bike with injury, illness, and then I went to one competition, and because of my brain injury I get a lot of fatigue, and I just started overtraining myself and couldn't counteract that fatigue, so I was performing worse and training harder. So I just had to learn that, you know, I'm a Paralympian for a reason. I have a brain injury, I need to treat that first, take a step back and go again. And then following on from that, I had the best year in 2023. So it was just to take a step back and, you know, you're not the person you were, you're not able-bodied, you need to rest, recover and go again. So for me personally, I suppose my family and my partner have been the most supportive. That, like, through a sport, especially para sport, you need the support around you, and they've always followed me no matter what I wanted to do. I have a 6-month-old daughter at home, so I used to get up in the morning and do whatever I wanted myself. So now I'm getting up, do my training, and then trying to spend my recovery time actually with family, as opposed to just, no, I need to recover myself. So yeah, it's a big change, but I think it's given me a positive change in that your time is more, you're using your time properly. So I suppose I have two probably sporting heroes. In football, it was always Annette Clark, who played with Galway, so I suppose she got me into sport. My mum used to bring me to all the matches because they were never televised, the women's. And I just was like, oh, I want to play football, I want to play football. And then cycling-wise, Lizzie Deignan, she's a GB cyclist. I remember watching the 2012 London Olympics, and she went up the road like she got a silver medal, and I was just thinking like, oh, maybe I should have done cycling or whatever, and I just always had that little interest. So yeah, it's amazing to have the Irish support, whether you're at home or abroad. I went to Tokyo, and leading up, there was so much support before I left, like flags everywhere. To now go to Paris, like most people will be able to travel. A lot of my friends are using it as a holiday. It's always amazing. I think every time I put on an Irish jersey, it's a privilege. Like, not everyone gets to do it. Some people will never get to put on a green jersey. So I like to represent the people. Like, I'm not actually, when I cycle, I'm not doing it for myself. Like, I'm doing it for my family and friends at home, to give back to them for everything they've done for me. So that's why you do it. Check out Nestlé cereal packs for your chance to cheer on Team Ireland this summer.